Welcome right on back, 10:13 on this 17th day of November. Gerard Fischer is a trustee for the Godfrey Fire Protection District and, also a pretty prominent business owner in the community. We're going to talk a little bit about everything. And, Gerard, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there after being battered. I lost my footing when I was going to tell everyone that you're on, and then all of a sudden, boom, I kind of had a little bit of I don't know if it's a mini stroke or what, and then I forgot, and then now I'm just happy that you forgave me, you know?
No problem. No problem. It looks great in here.
Thank you so much. Mike and the team put all that together. I'm just here to talk and act foolish in front of the microphone.
Absolutely. Do a good job.
Thank you, Barry. Well, I want to ask you this. We're getting a new fire station in Godfrey.
Sure.
And you're a trustee on that board. Talk to us about the board. And now this is a separate entity from the Village of Godfrey, correct?
The Godfrey Fire Protection is a separate entity than the Village of Godfrey. A lot of people think that it's combined, just like Alton is or whatever. But we have a great relationship with the Village of Godfrey, so we partner with them very well. But I've been a trustee for 3 years, and we passed this bond a couple years ago.
Right.
And now we're at the process of we have hired a general contractor, and the location is going to be where the old highway house used to be.
Oh, right there.
Right next to Roper's, if I could say that. But
yeah, absolutely. Landmarks are everything.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I say. Go to McDonald's and turn left or whatever. But and they'll be we just did the bid process, so the bids have been opened. We're going to be accepting them really soon. And probably be pushing some dirt here towards the end of February, beginning of March is when we'll be starting. So
that's a pretty quick turnaround from getting all that material together, and
sure,
that's definitely not built in the day.
Yeah, no, and then plus too, we just wanted to wait until the ground would thaw out a little bit, and so we don't have any problems, through the winter if it becomes a hard winter. So we thought it'd be on the conservative side and the safe side to do this at the end of February, first of March is what we're looking at for digging.
Absolutely, and we were talking a little bit off the air, and it's a great move. I mean, it really is. It needed the updates. My brother's a firefighter, and like you hit on, a third of their lives are spent at those fire stations. Yeah, and it's great. So, what are the updates going to look like? Have you guys kind of figured out what you liked in that building?
There is. You can go into the website, Godfrey Fire Protection website. I don't know the actual name off the top of my head, but they have a 3D thing you can go into and look at all the different rooms, etc. And so it's kind of a 3D walkthrough that they do really, really well and get an idea of what it's going to look like.
So it's GodfreyFire.com. I'm on the website now, and it really does look cool. So what I think is really great too is there's a lot of life-saving equipment that's being funded by this project.
Absolutely. So the bond was for some life-saving equipment, which we have already purchased.
Okay.
And then on the fire station and possibly a vehicle that we can purchase, to update our vehicles, our fleet. With the fire district as well.
So now this is consolidating the two stations into one, correct?
Yes, we're taking the fire station that's on Godfrey Road, and also the fire station that is on West Delmar, and both of those buildings are about 60 years old. They
serve their purpose.
They've served their purpose. We've done everything we could with that.
Right.
So we're just grateful for the community to passing the vote and having the firefighters have a lot better, more up-to-date accommodations. And then all the firefighters will be housed in one station. And we kind of picked that location because it's kind of the V, if you want to call it, of Godfrey, so that you can go north, and you could also turn the corner and go north again. So
that's a really smart location. You're right, because you're right there, both both major intersections. It seems like with West Delmar being a half a mile away and then going down Godfrey Road. Quick question for you: do we know what will happen with the old buildings that
we do? The old building, which we call Station Number 1, which is next to Godfrey Meat Market, right there on Godfrey Road. That building will be auctioned, and then the monies will be given to the Village of Godfrey. The Village of Godfrey gave us the land in exchange for the 2 fire stations. So station number 1, which is on Godfrey Road, will be auctioned off, and the proceeds go to the Village of Godfrey. Station number 2, the village is going to keep and use that for something down the road. Probably it's big enough for their snow plows or the big trucks or whatever. So that could be a expectation of what we might see with that station.
Well, and you hit on it earlier with your guys' relationship with the village, and there's a lot of really, to me, it makes perfect sense. You got a building that is big enough for it. It seems like there's been a really great working relationship and really finding a way that's, efficient for every resident. We aren't wasting money or leaving it off the table. This is great for everyone.
Sure. It's a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for... it's a win-win-win.
Right.
If you want to look at it that way.
I want to look you guys in the face and ask you the last time you could say, wow, this deal is a win-win and a win.
And
come on.
a win for the Godfrey Fire Protection, a win for the village, and a win for the citizens of Godfrey.
Well, let me ask you, how have the firefighters themselves been to this change? This has to be exciting for them as well.
You know what? It is very exciting. They've been involved. They've been part of our planning process. We had them involved into... I'm not a firefighter.
Right.
I see a fire, I run the other way.
right. Same here.
Yeah, exactly. So, we had them involved into okay, this is our schematics of the fire station. How many bedrooms you think? How big should it be? What should the kitchen be like, et cetera. So they all had their input on it too, to give us ideas and help with the architects and the general contractor of how this should be laid out.
That is incredible, because that's what I was initially when I saw that they passed the vote and it's coming through. I just thought, man, I hope the firefighters are tailor making this for them,
absolutely.
And that's perfect. That is so cool.
Yeah, it's their house.
right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna live in there, right?
No kidding. And if you do, let me know about the career change.
Right, exactly.
Is there any pertinent information that you'd like to make sure that all the residents know about this fire station? How long is the building process going to take itself?
Yeah, we're probably expecting it to take a year and a half.
That's actually pretty efficient too.
And it's hard to say in today's world. I could have given you a more definite answer 3 years ago. But in today's world, you know how it is. We're waiting on this. We're waiting on that. It's due to COVID. Blah blah. So who knows?
True story. I was in Austin doing my pro wrestling training with Dustin Rhodes, and I had to work, and I ran a construction company out there. And it's my first time doing anything construction. I'm doing their books and getting all these sales done and organizing, and I go, God damn, it takes like 3 months for a shingle to show up.
It does. It does. We just we're in the process and I finished building a house, and we had to order our windows 20 weeks out.
My
God. We had to order our windows, before the framing even went up on the building. So it's, but at least we got the heads up to say, hey, you got to do this,
right?
And so you order everything ahead. So. It's a crazy world.
We'll hope for a year and a half, but the Suez Canal might have something to...
Absolutely.
Do you have a minute to stick around? I'd love to talk to you about the insurance business.
Sure,
We're going to take a quick break and pay some bills at 10:22 on this 17th day of November. We'll be right back for more of our daily show after this.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Lennox.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
All right, we're coming right back. I'm not even giving you a proper introduction because I have to apologize. Oh, I did it again. Hold on. Set current. I fixed it.
Here I am.
You can't win them all, folks.
That's right.
Before I ask you, Gerard, about some of your work in the private sector, I want to ask you, why the fire protection district? Did you just kind of have a feeling one day that this would be something you want to do?
You know, I've always respected the first responders and for what they do, and now that I am a trustee and seeing what these guys do a lot behind the scenes, and these guys are actually great at everything that they do.
Yes,
helping with everything, and there's so many ways that you can help support your community, but actually getting in and being involved with the community and helping this way is why I chose to become a trustee.
Absolutely, and you hit it right on the head before we transition over a little bit. I mean, you're working 20 hours, with what, 3 hours or 4 hours of sleep in 2 days, and you have to be focused and diligent to not make a mistake. I mean, I make a mistake after 20 hours of sleep. I don't know what I do after 3, and those mistakes are a little bit more costly. So I really commend you on that. I also want to ask you about, obviously you're a little bit of a businessman yourself in the insurance business. I think we've seen your picture a time or two on the daily email updating around town. How talk to us about the insurance business. How's the company doing, and how can people find a better rate?
We're doing great. I am blessed. I have a fantastic crew. I've been an agent now for going on to my 28th year. I have a staff that's one person's been with me for 20 years, another one 18 years, another one 10 years, but he has more insurance years than I do. He's like up to 30, but we have a very strong staff, and I'm blessed to have a good staff. I've always had the motto of hire people smarter than me and get the heck out of the way, right?
That's the key to success.
I'm just a pretty face, right?
And that's great. That is so great. And talk to us about some of the, I obviously know, but just in case somebody wants a refresher, is interested in maybe stopping on over to see what you guys have to offer.
Sure, we're on Godfrey Road, which will not be too far from the fire station, so I can keep my eye on them at the same time. I could probably throw a rock from my building over there to them or whatever. But
did you get those leaves cleaned up? We just put that pavement in. Come on, man.
Exactly. So we're on Godfrey Road. You can stop by. Also, GerardFischer.com. Also, 618-466-7062.
And you guys cover everything.
We cover everything, and cover all the states. So if anybody's watching in Colorado, I can cover you in Colorado.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah. So I'm personally myself. I'm like in 14 states, so we can we go all around. I actually have another office up in Quincy, Illinois.
Oh, I knew that.
If you're familiar with Quincy, I was born and raised in Quincy, so I opened up an agency back there about 6 years ago, and it just for one, I can go up there and visit the clients up there. Two, I can go have lunch with Mom.
Right, exactly. And my sister plays up at Quincy on their soccer team.
Oh, very good.
Great town.
Quincy's a great soccer town.
It's a great soccer town, but just a great community
Yeah,
too.
great community, and a lot of similarities to our RiverBend area.
You're right
and
on.
Quincy, they have their Lincoln Douglas area. You know, we have our Lincoln Douglas. They did Lincoln Douglas did a debate down here in Alton, and they did a debate up in Quincy and Rivertown. It's just a lot of similarities.
You know, it's funny. My sister came back after that first month up there, and she goes, "Man, it's really just kind of like stepping into just a tiny bit different, RiverBend area."
It is. It really is.
Well, that's great. And, you guys do such phenomenal work, and you're, always a big community supporter. Why is that? Was it just something that you've always had, that motto of community
just
first?
Always want to give back. We've been blessed with what we have and everything, so love to give back and help out the community and make it a stronger community of where we actually live.
Absolutely. And is there anything else that you'd like to get out about the company, anything with the fire station that I haven't hit on yet?
Not
even though
maybe I'll come back for another show sometime.
Oh, please do.
Yeah.
Anytime you're welcome to come back on, and I will have your name spelt correctly for both the first and second part of the interview. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Man, made myself dizzy. I laughed so hard. But anyway, you can't win about Gerard Fischer. Thank you so much for your time. And
Thanks
for any
me.
updates for the fire department, feel free to come back on and let us know how the station's going. And if you guys want to follow along at home, check out that website again to see all the latest and greatest things going on with the new build, and a really great asset. So thank you guys for doing that, and thank you for protecting all of our homes and cars and everything else in between.
Love doing it. Love helping out.
Absolutely. It's 10:30 on the dot. Coming up next is Dawn Muschel. She's with the Troy St. Jacob Marine, Illinois Chamber of Commerce. We're going to talk about all the activities and events they got coming up in their neck of the woods. All that happens right after this break in downtown Alton.